Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig.
Still David, still One Up Gaming, and we're still here with episode 397 of the One Up Game Podcast. So, as always, sponsored games-inspired music, buy it, stream it, rent it, all that good stuff. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We do have 3 books available, and they're all between, I think the 2 of them, PlayStation and Sega Saturn, they're both about 290 pages plus, and the N64 is about 252, 254, that type of number, I believe. They are all like coffee table books, 8.25 inches squared. And they are all got screenshots and blurbs for the games, and they all feature like controllers and memory cards, cameras, the train controllers, all those sort of stuff. And as I say, they've all got pictures and they've all got little blurbs on, so you can flick through, look at some old games, and get a sense of some stuff. So these are all available on Amazon. So just search the unofficial, and it's either Sega Saturn collection, PlayStation collection, or Nintendo 64 collection, and they're all available to buy. And please buy them, help us, please. We need all the help we can get. So we'll go straight into this week's games of what we've been playing this week, and there's 8 games on the list, so that's not too shabby. We'll rattle through some of these games. So first of all, Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. I had a quick go at this on the Nintendo Switch, and it's not a bad game, it's just not great. It looks okay. It's got that weird look of a sort of one of those budget Android-y sort of games, made with Unity. I don't know what it's made with. But yeah, it plays well, it functions well, it's smooth, its frame rate's up there, animations are nice. It's probably the best Double Dragon game I've played for a long time. I think it's got loads of unlockable extras, loads of playable characters, all those good stuff. So yeah, Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, really good little game, I'd recommend it. Fun little game to play. I'd have a guess it's on the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC. It's on all those sort of things. Next up, we were playing Freedom Planet 2. Now this one, I believe it was a 2D side-scrolling platform shooter sort of game, like the Mega Man sort of stuff. It looked gorgeous. It had a bit in it where it played very much like the old Sonic sort of games, very fast, very fluid, very smooth. Pixelated, gorgeous graphics. Yeah, it's a really nice little game. There was a bit in it where you control a person on a motorbike and you fly around the level. It's amazing. And yeah, it's a good little game. I really enjoyed it. Freedom Planet 2. I've never heard of the first one. I don't know. It's just a really good game. The characters are all voice acted, so it's got all these little cutscenes where they're all talking amongst themselves. Really nice little game. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, bright, colourful, proper poppy colours, saturated, gorgeous. So then moving from that to the next one, Manhunt. Now I played this on the PS2, I believe it was, and I've not played this game since it came out because I used to own my own little shop called Game On in Thirsk, and we had copies of this when all the other big chain stores were actually refusing to stock the game because of the 18 rated sort of like content in the game. So I did what any other business person would do. I ordered as many copies as I could get, and instead of selling it for 35 or 34.99 like they were, I was putting it up for 49.99 and selling a ton of these, which is really cool. I know I'm an asshole, but what are you gonna do? The shop, I was there 3 years. I lost about 30,000. I think, did I end up having a debt of £22,000? So it didn't help. I was knackered when that shop closed. Yeah, so don't open a shop and sell stuff. It just doesn't work. Unless you can open like a lingerie store, because you can buy things for 3, 4, 5. I mean, there was a lingerie shop next door to us, and we accidentally got sent their brochure. So of course I flicked through, and they could buy items in for like £3, £4, £5, and the recommended retail price was about £40 to sell. So they were making an absolute ton per item sold, whereas we were buying the games in for like £32, and then you had to sell them for like £35, £40. So we were making between £3 and £7 per game sold, and when you have to make £400 a week just on like the rent and the electricity and all that type of stuff, it just didn't work. But yeah, Manhunt. Let's get back to the games. Let's get back to Manhunt. So the games themselves, it was a 3D action stealth sort of game, and you have to hide in shadows. You are a convicted murderer, and you're killed at the start of the game, but you're not killed. You're just made to think that the guy's getting killed, and then you're resurrected sort of thing within the game, where you're basically in the dark webby type things, where people put bets on how many people you can kill before you get killed. And the guys were sort of, at the start saying that if you can survive the night, then you get released, into the public sort of thing. You get released from this nightmare. So you're just there trying to kill people, trying to not die, listening to the guy in your ear as he's telling you how to kill people, how to move, and how to do things. Considering it's a PS2 game, all the way back from about 2005, I'd have a guess. It's very clunky and chunky, but it still plays quite nice. So it's not a bad little game. It's not as violent as what it was made out to be back in the day. But I guess we were like pigtails and unicorns and stuff back then, and it's just a bit random looking at the game now. So I got sent a game just to have a quick look at, and that's the Pet Shop Simulator. I had a quick go at the demo, and this one you have to build up your shop, like put your desk in and your walls in and your bits and bobs. You have to order your stock. You have to go out to the front. You have to pallet in, put it all in the stock room. Then you go to the stock room and put it out onto the shop floor. You actually hire staff to sit at the tills and stuff. It's very cheap looking, very simple and basic, but it is one of those games where you could probably sit there and spend quite a bit of time in the game, and it was quite fun. So the next game that we were playing is Lotus Challenge, and this one, I believe it came out on like the PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox, I think. It's is it Midas sort of published game. So I'd have a guess that it uses an engine of other racing games that was like loads of them probably came out, and this is just a Lotus branded game. I was quite enjoying it. You start off and you actually get into a Lotus car, do a test drive, get feedback, and yeah, I was really enjoying it. I thought it played quite well. More of an arcadey feel than a sim, but it was chunky, it was balls, the graphics were quite nice, it was stable as the frame rate. So yeah, I think it was not a bad little game. I was really enjoying the actual game itself. So Lotus Challenge, I think it's worthy of actually getting out of your collection and having a quick go on. But yeah, like I say, we played it on the PS2. It looked nice, it played nice. You can tell it's an old game, but it is old. It is. It's about 20-year-old, I'd guess. 25-year-old. Guess if it came out in 2002, yeah, but like 22-year-old. But yeah, Lotus Challenge, nice little game, played well. So next up, Stealth Blade. Now this one is again a bit more of a budget style sort of game. It was on the PC through Steam, and it's a 2D side-scrolling action platformer where it's like a shinobi style game where you're a sword fightery person who can throw shurikens, or like throwing stars, like what I used to call them when I was a kid. And you're a silhouette of a black outline running through the side scrolling, so it looks really nice, it pops. The actual animation's a little bit simple, a little bit basic, but it plays well. It looks nice. It's just a good little game. Quite hard, but you know, that's what you want. You want to get something and spend a bit of time on, and that's really, really good. So next up for the GameCube. Next up for the Nintendo Switch, we played The Last Hope Dead Zone Survival. This one, it's just a really bad budget third-person action zombie survival game where they've nicked a lot of elements and story beats from The Last of Us. It's bad. It's really bad, but it's probably better than the bloody Walking Dead. Was it Survival Instinct? Or was it... No, what was the one where you changed some of the stories around? Yeah, it was as if like if Rick didn't kill, I can't remember what his name was, but the other guy, and all those sort of stuff. But this is probably better than that, but it's still bad. I think it's been removed from the Play Store, from the eStore, from Nintendo Online, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as some of the people were making out, but it's still a bad game, and I wouldn't recommend it. If you can find it online, wink wink, download it and give it a go, see what you think. But yeah, it's not great. And the last game played this week is Builders Egypt, and we played the prologue of this. And this is like a proper full SimCity style build your empire sort of game. Looks really, really nice, really crisp, clear, gorgeous graphics. But I am an idiot. I can play SimCity 89, like the Super Nintendo version, SNES version, because it is quite simple and easy to do. Whereas when I'm playing anything like SimCity 2000, where you have to get more of the water pipes and all that waste sewage system working through, electricity pylons all running through, all the other bits and bobs to run through, it gets a bit too complicated for me, and my brain stops and I don't know what I'm doing. This is like that, but on steroids. It is bloody hard. It is extremely complicated. But if you are into that sort of game, this is absolutely amazing. It's gorgeous. It really plays well. Great characters, great animations. And I could see this being an amazing little game. Unfortunately, I'm just an idiot and I can't play it. So that's the games being played this week. So thank you all for watching. It's David, One Up Gaming, episode 397 of the One Up Gaming podcast. And we're back in a few minutes after this quick break.